Okay, hi guys. So we're going to tie a trout fly tonight. So this is a Snatcher. So this is one of these grub type hooks. So this is actually a heavy grub. I'm going to use black thread on this one, and this one is Holohans Olive Snatcher. So again, I like to tie things in strange orders. So what I'm going to look for here is a split jungle cock feather. Shouldn't be too hard to find because most jungle cock are split. So we take the splits, and these are going to be like our cheeks. So I'm going to tie them in first. I'm going to tie them in pointing forwards. And bad side up, so that whenever I reverse them, the good side will be out. We get that tied in tight behind our eye, and then rip that off. So those are waiting there to be flipped back at the end of the fly. So I'm going to put a little tag or butt on this fly of green glow bright. So we shall tie this in. Trim it off. And then tie that down round the bend. So that's the feature of the Snatcher, is that it is curved. Turn this upside down because I find it easier to avoid the hook point doing that. We'll flip it back up and get that tied, flip it back, and that's it secure. So for a little bit of added security, I'm just going to take a clear varnish and just give a tip of varnish into that. So I'm going to rib this fly with a silver wire. Tie that in. And what I'm also going to do is to run a holographic. This is a light sort of, it's very fine holographic, in like a olive, I suppose. I'm going to double that over, tie that in here as well, tie the wire up along the fly, and then I'm going to take and wax my thread, and then put a light olive seal, very sparsely dressed. I'll dub that and get it wound up the body. Don't worry if there's gaps too much here. It's what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take the holographic and I'm going to wrap that all through that so it's kind of all over the place, basically bits poking through. Take that up to the front here and tie it off. So for the hackles and snatchers tend to be quite sparse. So what I'm going to use here is, it's like an olive or fluorescent olive dyed badger hackle. This is actually like a genetic saddle type thing. I'll do one full turn at the front there, and then down the body in about 3 turns or so. You don't want it to be overly heavily dressed, and if it is, what you could actually do is to, if you find the hackle you're using is too dense, you could strip one side of it take our wire rib and come up through that and snap that off, and then at the front here catch it in, bend it down 90 degrees, fold it back on itself, stroke all this out of the way, a couple of turns and keep that tension on that, and then bend this back and forth till it snaps. So all that remains to finish this fly is just to flip these two little jungle cock splits back on themselves and then create a head. So they're only just a little cheek, a little accent at the front. If you want them more prominent, make them more prominent. And to finish the fly, I'm going to run super glue on about 2 to 3 centimeters of the thread, slide all my materials back out of the way and wind a head out of that super glued thread. Maybe grease up my bobbin by the sound of it and get it finished into the wet glue. And that is our fly. So that's Holohans Olive Snatcher. So hopefully you like what you see. If you do, give us a like, subscribe, tell your friends, and until next time, tight lines and thanks for watching.